Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and I have another candid interview for you guys. This one is Ready to Love Season 4 with our favorite couple, Jason and Liz. And I didn't know what to expect with this video, but you are going to love this one. They are absolutely adorable. I know I did a part 1 and part 2 video, so go over there and check this out at their channel about whether they are together or not. Well, hey, they're confirming it in this video. So I am so happy for the two of them. Black love all day, black love. I'm happy for them that they both found each other. I also want to give a shout out to Danny Canada, our excellent interviewer. She does an excellent job on keeping it real. So stay tuned. I'm going to come back to the end of the video and therefore do my commentary and my reaction. But without further ado, let's jump into this. Enjoy.
There they go.
Wait.
Yeah, that was...
Wait, hold up. I think this is right. Wait.
We see it. We getting there.
Okay.
Let me see. Y'all wait.
Y'all see us? There y'all go. Hey.
Hey y'all.
Welcome to the Ready to Love You Queen show. I feel like we got the homecoming king and queen here. Y'all see
We're still trying to adjust.
All right, there we go.
We good. I think we good. I think we got it. So, man, we got Liz, we got Jason. How y'all feeling? How y'all doing?
Living good, feeling better.
Good.
I mean, I see some big smiles. This is good to see. So first of all, I like to do this with every pre-show. I like to give everybody my little nephew Tommy intro. So for everyone watching, this is Liz and Jason. So Jason is a teacher.
Yes.
An old school guy with a love for basketball who's looking for consistency and ready to love because he's growing older and looking for a companion to witness life with. And then Miss Liz is a spiritually sound CEO of her own production company. And she is also an old school girl looking for the love of her life, despite previously being single for 17 years prior to the Ready to Love experience. Relatable.
Yeah.
How you
It's relatable. Good. That's all I need to know.
No, it's relatable. I understand completely. I knew where you were coming from.
Good. I'm happy with that.
Good. All right. So what has it been like watching yourselves on TV on Ready to Love?
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. An eye opener, a learning experience. You definitely, when you see yourself in action, whether that's interacting with people, ups and downs, the things that you say, the things that you experience with other people, it's like, wow, this is how I look. This is what I do.
This
you
is
know,
me.
so let me make some change. So I'm cool. I'm coasting. So it's a learning experience.
And Liz, what has it been like for you?
Oh, child. I know. No, I would say the same as what Jason has said. It's definitely a learning experience.
Okay.
And you know, it's always a little awkward to see yourself, on a big screen, and you know, to see your interactions. Like me, I'm gonna tell you straight up. You already know. Like I have faces for days. So some of the faces that I saw myself make was like, oh, that's And so I laughed a lot, honestly. But it was a great experience.
I love it. So I'm seeing the comments. Everybody's like, I'm so happy for y'all. I'm looking. Liz is beautiful couple. Now, how often are people in your DMs like #goals, #black love?
Honestly, every single day. And the funny thing about that, before all this, I wasn't a big social media guy at all. So it's a hell of an adjustment. But just to see the attention, the love that you get from this process, man, it's cool. It takes a time to get acclimated to it, but at the same time, this is the road we took. Out there in the public's eye, so it's expected.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm loving this because you know what? I thought y'all was gonna try to fake me out. I thought somebody was gonna be upstairs on the Instagram live. Somebody was gonna be downstairs trying to play it off. So I like seeing you guys together like this. This is fun. So let's roll back to the very first day of Ready to Love, right? You guys are at this beautiful mansion. It's the mixer, all these beautiful Black people. What did you guys think about each other? What were y'all's initial thoughts? Jason, go first.
Thank you, girl.
Honestly, I'm gonna keep it all the way a buck with you. I was the guy going around talking to as many people as possible, making sure that I get as many connections and kind of understand, the environment that I'm in. However, I saw Liz. I'm not gonna lie to you.
In that green.
From a distance, she's walking in there. She has like a little black pants on and a green top. And I'm like, man, and I see, the brothers talking to her, some of the ladies, they're clicked up over there. And I'm currently talking to, I want to say I was talking to Amber. And once I finished talking to her, I make my way over to Liz, trying to get to her. But every time I get to her, somebody's pulling her away at the production. Hey, we need you to do this over here. Or, hey, look, I want to talk to you, So what I had to do was basically get eye contact with her. And say, hey, look, I'm coming for you, woman. That's what I said, straight up. Hey, I'm coming for you. I don't know who you are, but look, I'm just know, I'm gonna get you.
That's exactly what he said. He was very intentional since day one. And yeah, he told me I'm coming, and it I was like very impressed. I was like, oh, okay, you gonna come for me? We gonna see what that's about. But no, but he was very intentional, and my first impression of Jason when I so silly stop. My first impression of Jason, I saw him I was like, oh wow. And I'll tell you this now.
Okay.
I'm a sucker for yellow bones. Okay.
Really?
Listen, hey, listen, honey. If you look good, you look good. I'm not into all, but my father was a yellow skinned man, and I had a really very close relationship with my dad, so I always honored him. And so when I saw him, I was like, oh, he's handsome. I was like, okay. And so, what really struck me was his conversation. And I was like, wow, and I was like, oh, he's solid. Like, very intellectual. I mean, held my attention the whole time. And I was just like, okay. And then when he did that, I'm coming for you, girl, baby.
That's what I do.
That was all I needed.
And this is why I like this, because we thought, and everyone in the comments thought, that the moment when y'all really connected was at the ball. And Liz, you killed him with that pink dress on. And so we were like, oh, okay. Pink dress gate. We thought that was the moment, but it was before that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It was the dress was red. I know it popped up as pink. It was actually red.
Yeah. It's my favorite color too.
Yes, it was
he came in there slaying, I ain't gonna lie, but no, we've been talking since the very beginning of the process. However, with multiple people, everybody doing the same thing, it's more so of a time management, trying to get dates, connections with people. So that's kind of where that began, was at the very beginning.
We actually had a conversation the night before the masquerade ball. And I told him, I said, yeah, we did. And I said, so, we're talking. I said, are you going to, how are you going to, look? Are you going to, be ready for me? And he was like, come on with it. Bring the fire, girl. And Jason, for me, I'm going to say this, was notorious for really pulling a certain fire out of me, because I was reserved. I was reserved. I was scoping the scene, checking everything out, and he was like, "You got fire in you. Like, I'm gonna help you. You gonna pull that? I'm gonna pull that out of you." And so,
you know what that's called? It's called chemistry. That's
yes.
That's
like that. Okay.
Yeah, you can't hide it. You can't hide it. So a question that I have is, how small is Houston? Because we go to this mixer.
Yeah.
And Alexis already knows Jason. Kyra already went out with AJ. Is Houston that tiny? And have you guys seen each other before?
So here's the thing. Houston is big, but small. That's the saying that we have down here. For some odd reason, no matter how spread out it is, everybody knows everybody.
Okay.
As far as Liz and I, here's a funny story. So I was teaching at a school about 2 years ago. Okay. And I took my class out on a field trip to the ensemble theater. Yeah, ensemble theater, and she's acting in this playwright. Oh. And the funny thing, I'm sitting there, I'm like, man, she's the auntie in the play. And they had this young girl, and she's supposed to be, you know, like the hot stuff. And I'm telling my coworker, I'm like, man, look at that auntie though, man. Like, she's good looking. Like, boy, she's killing that green dress, man. So, and here we are 2.5, 3 years later. And we bump into each other. Now, I didn't know her, like, as far as having conversations with her, going on any dates. It's just, I happened to see her in public once before. As far as Alexis is concerned, yes, so her son he's been in my nonprofit. So I have a nonprofit called I Am, and he's been a part of that for 2 years. And so that's how I know Alexis from before. To see her on the show was a surprise. I'm not gonna lie. I'm like, wow, Alexis here. And she was like, oh yeah, you know, hey. And we got to talking and conversing and trying to get to know each other. So that's where we picked up at.
I actually, so my part of it. So when I first walk in, I see Troy. I'm like, Troy, what are you doing here? Me and Troy used to work together at this electricity company called Jackson Energy like years ago. So it was, we would see each other, on Facebook here and there. And so to see him, to be honest, I'm happy I saw him because that kind of relaxed my nerves because I was like so nervous going into the mixer. And it was like,
what? Give me a beer. No, I got you, man.
So that was the person that I saw, and I saw. I didn't know David, but we were Facebook friends.
Okay, y'all had friends in common. Okay, I got you. So one thing about you two that I think everyone saw watching the show was how spiritually grounded you two were. Somebody hit a 3-pointer when he came and met the family, and immediately was like, let's pray.
That's what
clearly y'all have strong faith. How much of your faith played a part in keeping you grounded during this whole Ready to Love process?
Ooh, that's a good question. So for me, that's actually a quality that I look for in a woman. Okay. But in this process, I tell people all the time that it's not just, so when you view it, you think, okay, it's just a dating show, but there's so many other components that go along with it. And what people need to understand, like from the cast perspective, is they will record everything. And you have to constantly remind yourself, I don't care what adverse situation that I'm in, keep my cool. And so a thing for me was, when I'm in a difficult situation, I'm like, okay, what would Jesus do? Or what would God do? So it's just like, okay, oh man, she done cut up, she done said this about me, but I'm gonna chill. So that's for me.
Yeah. Listen, we on the same page. That's the same, really being grounded in my faith. And I always say, I'm not a religious person. Mm-hmm. I am a spiritual person that has a relationship with God. And so that's my thing. And so, I wanted to make sure that I represented, God, and also just be the best version of myself. And that also was the thing that attracted me to Jason. Like on the mixer, the boy broke down the book of Daniel. We was talking about social injustice and issues, and he wasn't flaunting it. He wasn't just trying to put it out there, but it just was in him. And even during the process, towards the end, he would, we would be on the phone, and before we get off the phone, he'd be like, hey, you want to pray? Like, yeah, I don't want to pray. That became like a consistent thing. Like, to this day, we do that.
Yeah, especially when that blizzard hit.
Oh, my God.
We were some praying people, man.
I love it. So, yes, you guys, we're going to save this live to the old Keep It Real account. Once again, this is Liz and Jason from Ready to Love. We're getting ready for the Ready to Love reunion at 9, directly after this. I'm your host, and I am Danny Canada. Now, Woo, we got to talk about this beautiful moment that we saw on this show that made everybody swoon, especially me. Let's talk about this white rose, Mr. Jason. Mr. White Rose. All right, so you gave this lovely lady a white rose, only gave out 2 your entire life. Yes. And you said these words, and I feel like hearts melted everywhere. You are worth it. You are worth my time. You are worth the pursuit. Yes. When did you have the moment when you knew that, hey, I got to give Liz this white rose?
So here's the thing about it. After I made my decision with Liz, it started with that because, you know, I was reflecting on just how she moved as a person and the things that she would say, not just with me, but just with other brothers in the process. And, you know, one of the things that I said to Liz was, hey, I understand that, you know, we're doing this process. I understand that it's a little unorthodox. However, you know, I'm doing this because you deserve to be honored. You know, just the way that you move. Yeah. So, you know, I kind of jumped, but just to kind of go back, it was just self-reflecting that night when I chose her. I had a long ride back home, and I was just thinking about all the things that she has, the conversations that we have had, the things that we have done together, the communication. We built such a strong trust factor so quick, which I wasn't expecting it, but that came from just being brutally honest. And let me tell you something, a lot of people don't know this. I was so honest in this process that it got me in trouble. Like, to a point to where other dudes was like, dude, like, really? Like, you just gonna just come out and say it like that? Like, you know, so I've been in that hot seat with Liz, you know, so I don't want y'all thinking it was all perfect. But because of my honesty, you know, I believe that she was able to open up to me, and we're able to build that trust factor early. So by the time later. So by the time we get to the white rose, you know, it was just speaking from the heart. And I didn't know that she was going to react in the way that she did. But
it was so sweet. It was
so
sweet.
And I can I say this?
Yes.
So like literally maybe 5 days before, I was talking to my mom, and my mom knows my journey and everything. And I was talking to her, and I was feeling really emotional because the prior week I was getting hit. I was in the bubble. I almost got eliminated. You know, the whole situation that happened with, you know, the friends date with David, our situation. It was just so much on me. And I shared with my mom, and I was crying on the phone. And I said, Mom, I said, you know, I just want somebody to see my heart and who I am. And I was like, and I was crying to God, I want somebody to see my heart, like the true essence of who I am. Mm-hmm. And I prayed to God that. And so here we go. A few days later, he comes with this white rose.
Look at that.
And that's why I was falling. I was crying because I'm like, God, you saw my heart. Like,
he heard you. Oh, that's so special.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that. Liz, I will say, so I have been doing this pre-show since May. And every time I ask people, I would say, who do you think is most ready to love? It was Liz, Liz, Liz. So seeing you get that white rose, I was like, yes. I was like, yes. It was so satisfying because it was like, everyone saw it. It was like, you do deserve that. You do. Everyone sees your heart and sees how special you are. So very happy for y'all too. All right. So before we get into the reunion, I want us to play a little game. I do this with all of the guests on the pre-show. And this is called Ready to Love Who Owns What. It's a little superlative game. It's a quote guessing game. Really easy, really fun. So you tell me when it comes to the women of season 4 and the men of season 4, who owns what, okay?
Who owns or owns?
Owns what? Who falls into the category?
Oh, okay.
Okay, cool. When it comes to the women of season 4, who owns the best style? Who the most stylish? Who the most fly?
Are you waiting for me to answer that?
Answer carefully.
Actually, all the women dress very well. Okay. But I have to give it to Liz, man. She had her own sense of style. Very really, cute. Like sometimes you'll see her, I'm like, man, she looked like some type of goddess. You know,
you like that denim outfit, didn't you? You like that denim outfit when y'all was on the retreat? I saw your eyes light up.
Mm-hmm. And here's the funny thing: it was really cold. So when we shot that, you know, I saw her. I'm like, man, well, hold on, like to have a whole denim outfit like that and still rock it. Oh man, you beast mode that, like for real. So now she looks good.
Liz, when it comes to the man, who owns the best style? Is it your man? Is it Jason?
It's my baby. I'm sorry. Like, listen.
I know that's right.
I've seen him dress like, and y'all see the night. So I've seen him in his, like, man, when he's dressed to the nine, and then I've seen him casual. I love that he's not dressed up all the time, because believe it or not, I'm not dressed up all the time. So I like that he's flexible with his style.
Okay. I want to get into some quotes. All right. Now, somebody said, now I don't know who said this. Meeting quality men can be difficult. Sometimes I go to Home Depot to see where they're at. Nothing in my cart but some light bulbs. Now,
that's Liz. That's definitely Liz. I remember that. Home Depot? Girl, when you think about it, that's where all the brothers be building the masculine brothers, I'm guessing. So, hey,
it makes sense to me, Liz. I understood you completely. I was like, you know, I go to cigar bars, you know, I go other places. Maybe I gotta go to Home Depot, go to Lowe's or something, you know?
Something. You need a man that can, you know, work with his hands.
Okay. Yes. That's what it's all about. All right. Now, this one was kind of funny. Someone, when it comes to the men of season 4, who owns this quote? I took a young lady out and she asked me if I wanted to be her sugar daddy. Whoa. That's Jason. What a horror story.
Wait. And then when I saw his car, I was like, oh, okay.
It made sense.
Rolling up in a race car.
Listen, I feel like everybody has dating horror stories, and I feel like needing a sugar baby has to be like way up there on the list. That's crazy.
Real. Yeah.
Okay. Now I want y'all's opinion on this one. I talked to my guest last week about this, and I want to see what you guys think. Someone said, when it comes to the women of season 4, who owns this quote? I feel betrayed by you. I'm looking at you like a Judas.
You want that one?
That's
what was it like hearing that? That was Alexis. We all know. What was it like hearing
that? That was Alexis. Yeah. Hey, that was intense. I'm not gonna lie.
Yes.
I didn't even know. Nobody knew that was coming, and it was like.
And I happened to sit by the woman that she was referring to.
I know. Right in the hot seat. So that brings me to my next question. So when you guys are dating, you're getting more serious, did you have to set boundaries where it was like, okay, yes, this is a dating show, yes, we're meeting new people, but if you kiss someone, is that something you have to talk about? Like, is that something that you have a discussion about?
So in the process, no. And I'm gonna say this, because understanding the dynamics of the process, the regular process, you cannot get mad at that, you know, because that person doesn't belong to you and you don't belong to them. It's not like you are in a committed relationship. You are dating other people. So to me, it's expected, you know. Now if something else going on, that's a little different. I might not be, and we ain't gonna be talking, but you know, but you know, kissing. I mean, it's to be expected.
A little few innocent kisses ain't never hurt no.
You go on, sometimes you go. Yeah, sometimes you're going on multiple dates. You can go on 5 with one person, you know, 10, you know. It just depends. And so there's a lot of chemistry that is being built up. And of course, you know, production does its best to capture everything. But again, you got to keep in mind, there's 20 other souls as well, or 19. Right. So they do, you know, what they can to fit 2 months of content into 1 hour, you know, an hour.
Right. And that is a good point, because I think people don't realize that you guys date off camera as well. Like, we don't see everything that goes on, right?
Oh, okay. So I was notorious. I was the villain in that. I was known with production. Jason's taking these women out on these dates outside of the process. I've been threatened 2-3 times. Hey, look, you're not gonna do this. We're gonna put you out. But my excuse was, hey, look, I asked, I want to date with this woman, and forget this dude. I want my time. So I'm the type of person, if I can't get what I want from you, I'm gonna go make my time. I'm gonna go make and go get what I want. So that's what I did.
Okay.
Yeah, all right, so worked it though.
Yeah, it was.
It worked out.
You so goofy.
I can't take it. All right, so we got to get ready for this reunion coming on right after this at 9 p.m. on OWN. What can we expect? So first of all, I know reunions can be grueling. They can be hours. I mean, literally the full day. Mm-hmm. What was it like? What can we expect? No spoilers, but what's going on here?
Okay.
A lot of faces will be made.
Okay.
A lot of emotions will be
on emotions. Okay.
And a lot of truths will come out.
A lot of truths will come out. A lot of shockers. Can we expect some shockers?
Yeah, I would say so. Yep. Let me think.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what the people want to see. All right, so let's talk about, before we get out of here, what are you guys both up to? Jason, are you still doing your organization? Liz, what do you have going
on? She asked me first. Okay, so yes, I'm definitely doing my organization. Actually, I did a meeting this morning with a school district, so hopefully we'll land that contract. So no, I'm doing that full time. That's pretty much it. Oh yeah. Thank you. So, yes, we have a Battles of the Couples event coming up where it'll be sponsored through my organization. I don't want to give up too much detail, but it'll be coming up in the near future, maybe a month and a half from now. So we want to promote, relationship building activities for people in the Houstonian area. And if you in another state, you fans, you want to come down, support us, look on my IG, look on Facebook, look on, various social media platforms. You just get that information. Stop right there.
And Miss Liz.
Yes. So I have a Women's Empowerment Summit that's coming up in August 28th to be exact. I will share more details, of course, on social media platforms. Just an opportunity for women to come together and be empowered, be encouraged, and share our stories. So that's coming up. I say the same thing. If you want to fly, you see it, you want to book tickets, fly down, be a part of it. Yeah. We definitely love to have you. And
Perfect. Well, we are looking forward to seeing more from you guys. Let us know when you start the YouTube channel. Let us know when you're planning the White Rose wedding. We're going to watch. So keep us posted.
Yes, we definitely will.
Awesome. Okay, everybody, it is time for the Ready to Love reunion part 1 on OWN. See you guys there. Thank you so much, Liz and Jason. Great talking to you. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, I am back. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I did. These two are absolutely adorable. They're very affectionate. The other thing is I like the nonverbal communication between the two of them. When she got kind of emotional, Jason kind of put his arm around her and was rubbing her shoulder. The way he looks at her is priceless. And she absolutely adored her baby, as she called it. So, I mean, definitely these two are, oh my God, they're going strong. And I'm looking forward to seeing the reunion part 2 because it seems like they got big plans together. So, a lot of things that was said, and one thing that they both was in agreement on, which I said in my video from last week, recapping episode 13, the finale, is that they were intentional about each other. There was no gray area. There was no confusion. There was no I don't know and back and forth. They were extremely intentional with each other. He knew what she wanted, which was him. And then, of course, once his decisions were made, he was intentional with her, which is extremely important. So I'm glad that that was something that was said. Communication is a big key with these two, which is absolutely great because you're going to need that in a relationship. And the age difference don't matter. You know, all of those things are out the door. She absolutely adores him. He adores her. You know, and he is just so silly and fun. So I know he keeps her laughing. At the same time, you know, her spirit, the fact that they pray together are all awesome things. So I'm looking forward to seeing where the two of them will go from here and what that looks like for their future. I even maybe see for them some wedding bells in the future. I don't know if they want to have a baby at this stage, but hey, it's a possibility. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what your thoughts are about these two. I've seen some hashtags called JLiz. So hashtag JLiz if you love them. JALIZ. So we'll look forward to what's coming up next for these two, and stay tuned for the reunion part 1 recap. So until then, like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you soon.